Alrighty, youngsters, we're looking at section 5.2 in exponential functions. This is where we have any number as a base, and we're taking in their exponent will have a variable in it. And so this first one here, we're just graphing this. This can be done with an easy t-chart if we want to, just plugging in a value for our x, and here are some points. You can see that's the only graph for it, or you could use your calculator. So either one will be helpful. And then when solving these things, we need to make sure that we have the same base. So I need to rewrite 81 in terms of a base. So 3 to what power gives me 81? That's where 4 comes in. And then once we have both sides of the equation have the same base, we can set their exponents equal to each other and solve for x. And that's what happens here. And that's what we'll continue to do. Here we have to deal with a negative exponent. So actually flip this equation, and it becomes 2 over 3 to the negative 1 power, or just negative x power. And then that way I rewrite 8 as 2 to the third power, and 27 as 3 to the third power. And we can rewrite this fraction as 2/3 to the third power. Now we have the same base. Then I just set negative x is equal to 3, and I can solve. In this next part, we're looking at graphing it and the different parts of it. So very similar to what we've done in all graphs and how they're affected. Very similar here. So we have a to the base of something to the x power minus h, and k. We're adding to it, and this also could be subtraction, and we'll look at what those do. So the a, we could look at it as a vertical stretch if it is greater than 1. It can look at a horizontal stretch if it is a fraction or in between 1 and 0. If this is negative, then we're going to have an x-axis reflection, as you can see what we had here. So we had a negative out front. That's where instead of going up like so, it goes down. So we have a decrease here. The h, just like we have a horizontal shift, and when I put opposite here, meaning if it's minus here, then we're going to be shifting to the right. If it is positive here, we'll be shifting to the left. That's what I mean by opposite here. And then our k is a vertical shift, and if it's positive, we go up. If it is negative, we go down. And all things are very straightforward. You click on this button, and it enlarges this, and it actually comes up with another screen where you input these things. Make sure that you change the value of your base. That's one thing that students overlook. And I think we only have to click on an x-axis reflection. Everything is as is. And same thing for the rest of these sections, being able to input this correctly. So please bring up any questions that you have during class. And then in this section here, we're looking at make sure we rewrite the bases and then setting our exponents equal to each other. And I believe here, just make sure that you distribute this 3. So this will be 3x plus 3. Same thing happens here. We need to distribute this negative 2, so that becomes negative 4 minus 2x before we solve. And same thing happens here. We have to distribute this 1/2, so it becomes 1/2 x plus 1/2 before we solve. And then I'll be including another video on how to program this into your calculator, as well as how to execute it.